Hi there, it's Lanie. I want to clear something up because this is exactly where a lot of women get discouraged way too soon, especially when they've been practicing and start thinking, okay, nothing's happening, but just because you don't have proof yet does not mean it isn't working. When I first started teaching my PW technique and remote seduction, I probably wouldn't have kept going if I hadn't gotten proof so quickly myself. My ex, John, who I write about in my books, sat straight up and said exactly what I had just been visualizing. Exactly, not kind of, not close enough. Exactly. So, what did that prove to me? It proved the message lands. It proved this reaches the other person. Even when you can't see what's happening underneath, it's still happening. Even that very emotionally unavailable man I was sleeping next to got the message. And here's the part people don't always realize: the feelings can stay with them. John couldn't get over me for years, even after I stopped using PW and remote seduction. Years. So, no, this isn't always some quick flicker that comes and goes. I've seen this in other ways too. I had a reader tell me she hadn't been intimate with her husband in 2 or 3 years, and suddenly he was back in her bed, affectionate, attentive, even suggesting things like taking a bath together. So sometimes this doesn't just create a moment, it leaves an impression. Now, does every person respond instantly in a way you can see? No. And that's the part that throws people off. They assume if they don't see movement right away, nothing happened. That's not true. It usually just means the proof hasn't shown up yet. And this is where people mess it up. They start doubting. They start second guessing. They keep checking it emotionally, like opening the oven every 5 minutes and wondering why the cake isn't done. All that does is interrupt the process. Think of it like placing an order at a drive-through. If they're taking forever, you don't drive off, assuming they never got your order. You trust it went through, and eventually they respond. That's how this works too. The message lands first. The visible response may come later. So my best advice is this: don't give up too soon. Don't confuse delay with failure. And don't assume that just because you can't see it yet, nothing is happening. Sometimes it works so fast it shocks you, and sometimes it takes a little longer for the evidence to catch up. But if you stay steady, stay emotionally consistent, and don't interrupt it with fear, you give it room to unfold. And very often, that's when the proof shows up. So stick with it, because once you really see how much influence you have, it might surprise you a little. See you in the next video.